if we are talking strictly about personal performance, individual statistics, if I were a betting man, I would bet that Tony Romo would be a fantasy football superstar over the next 3 or 4 years. I have no doubt about that. Couple of stats for you before we get into the Tony Romo trap that this propels you into. Since that merger, AFL, NFL in 1970, only 6 quarterbacks have passed for more yards in their 3rd through 10th seasons than Tony Romo. Those 6 are Peyton, Phillip Rivers, Marino, Breeze, Favre, and Eli. It's a pretty elite company, speaking of Eli. Right?
I'm so touched.
Okay, I'm so touched, too. Last 3 years, Tony Romo, 90 touchdown passes to only 39 interceptions. You could say the 39 is fairly high, but still 90 to 39. And in those 3 years, he's had 2 years of 31 to 10, 31 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. That's pretty great. But the Tony Romo trap. 8-8, 8-8, 8-8. How many times do I have to say 8-8? And as you well know, and you continue to remind me, so I'm going to remind you first before you beat me to the punch, Tony Romo remains 1-3 in the postseason. He has 1 solitary playoff win in his tenure as starting quarterback, and that was at home at Jerry World over Donovan McNabb in his final game as a Philadelphia Eagle. Not all that impressive. So if Tony Romo had said yesterday, feeling his oats as he comes back from back surgery, hey, in the next 3 or 4 years, I would bet on me to win a Super Bowl, I'd say, way to go, Tony. That's what I want to hear. He didn't say that.
He didn't say that.
He said he was going to have good years, statistically. Great. So, as a Cowboy fan, I'm going to reiterate to you. Tony Romo has proven to me, and I'm done with him, that he will break your heart in the biggest moments. See 51 to 48. Peyton over Tony Romo. Remember that one last year, Stephen A? Romo throws for what? Was a bless you. You're sneezing at Tony Romo again. 500 yards that he throws for against Peyton Manning, and then right on schedule, end of game. No, Tony, no. So, bottom line, I'm going to bet on this. If I'm a betting man, I say Tony Romo will start by the time he's finished, he will start at 12 straight years for the Dallas Cowboys with 0 Super Bowl victories. That's what I'm going to bet on. The floor is yours.
That's not much of a bet.
I know, but, you know, this is the Dallas Cowboys we're talking about now.
All right.
Well, I mean, listen, you highlighted it. Here's how sad the Dallas Cowboys are. I can't even make fun of them anymore. What is there for me to say? I mean, like you pointed out, he talked about what he's going to do as opposed to what the team is going to accomplish. He's definitely riding on his stats because he knows he doesn't truly believe in this team. This team is a shell of itself. Sean Lee is out.
Yep.
DeMarcus Ware is gone, even though I know you felt that, you know, he was approaching his last days.
Yep.
You know, they've got issues in their secondary. They've got issues defensively altogether. And what are you hearing coming out of Dallas Cowboys camp? They've got a new strength and conditioning program.
Wow.
They've changed their diet.
Wow.
Their offensive coordinator wants to speed up the play a little bit. They're too slow at the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
And all of this other stuff. And Tony Romo, like, he's ready to go. This dude, listen, this is football. All it takes is one hit to remind him that he ain't as ready as he thinks he is.
That's true.
And then you've got and this is how bad it is. You got a backup, all right, and Kyle Orton, who doesn't even show up, doesn't want to play, all right? And they're talking about, this is the thing that had me laughing. The man isn't showing up, Skip, because he's contemplating retirement.
He is.
And they're talking about him like, we're going to punish you if you retire. I mean, now that was funny, okay? Because it's like, oh my goodness, don't you retire on us?
Well,
we need you.
Well, that's the
because
point.
We can't have Brandon. We can't have.
They need
we can't have
Brandon. Come to this.
We can't have Brandon Weeding taking all the snaps in training camp. I mean, it's just hilarious. And you know what? And the timing of it couldn't be worse. Why? Because we were just in San Antonio. Why, if you look at their fan base, how supportive that they are, nobody ever thinks about San Antonio having a football team. You know why? Because the town is filled with Dallas Cowboy fans. They live, eat, and breathe the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
So after they win their 5th championship and the world is celebrating the greatness of the San Antonio Spurs, here come the Dallas Cowboys to rain on their parade by bringing this kind of attention to their own ineptitude. Knowing that the fan base down there has got something to celebrate, you couldn't even have the decency to be quiet, to just shut up and let them enjoy themselves until the parade on the Riverwalk took place. Oh, no, you got to sit there and talk now. These are the Dallas Cowboys,
and by
man.
the way,
you can't make it up.
Did you notice?
Can't make it up.
Speaking of can't make it up, Jason Garrett is now using the Spurs championship as motivation for the Cowboys. We need to do it the way the Spurs did it.
Yeah.
What do these two teams have in common except that they share the same state? Seriously.
Well, you're not only right about that. Jason Garrett left out a key component in all of this. The San Antonio Spurs actually have the personnel to be successful.
Oh.
The Dallas Cowboys do not.
Yeah.
The San Antonio Spurs actually have leadership from up top to be as successful as they are.
Thank you.
The Dallas Cowboys do not.
And by the way, Stephen A., you know Peter Holt because you have a personal relationship with him and you cover the NBA. I think a whole lot of fans just found out who Peter Holt was during the finals. Because you might have seen him a little bit on TV here and there, but not very much.
Don't know much.
Because all year long, I know, you just don't see him. So he is the un-Jerry Jones.